there! Welcome to the VIP key trainings that are meant especially for you, our front of the house retail advocate. My name is Amy Wilcox and I am your VIP trainer. I am here to deliver content to help you reach your fullest potential as a Boost retail advocate. Whether you're brand new and just starting your career at Boost, or even if you're a seasoned advocate, I am here to help you along your wireless journey at Boost. I will show you different techniques to improve your customer service skills, which will retain those happy customers and keep them coming back to you for more. My goal is to make you a more confident, successful salesperson by sharpening all of your skills. Don't forget to check back often as new content is always being added. Thank you for tuning in today. Let's get started on our training. Hi there, welcome to the VIP Key Training Series on the GURUS Selling Skills Process. Thanks for joining me today as we take a look at the GURUS sales process. This should be a familiar one to you from your Boost New Hire training, but what we're going to do here is take a deeper dive into each and every step. We have created multiple tracks for this process so you can take each step as you have the time. The agenda for the entire training is as follows. This track is about preparation. The following tracks will go over greet, understand, recommend, upsell, and sell. Remember, you will be able to review each of these steps as your time permits. In this track, we're going to take a step back before getting started with our actual sale and with the customer. We're going to begin with discussing the importance of being prepared and what all that entails. There are a few steps that need to be taken care of each and every day in order to ensure our entire sales day is a successful one. So let's begin with preparation. Success occurs when opportunity meets preparation. Zig Ziglar is just letting us know that if we're not prepared, we are not going to be anywhere near as successful as we could be. Preparation is not just a store checklist. It's also behind the scenes. It's in your head. It's a mental thing. We're going to dive in and help you fine-tune those skills before you have any customer interaction. We're going to help you prepare for a successful day, for a successful sale, what it's like to be a true sales professional. And I'm going to provide you with some presentation and selling skills so you are armed and ready to face your customer. Before you interact with customers in the store, it's really important that you spend some time fully preparing yourself for the kind of day you're going to have. Let's begin by first looking at ourselves. Let's step outside of the Boost store and think about a night out with your friends. What does that look like? Maybe going to get some money from the ATM, order some tickets in advance, make some dinner reservations at a nice restaurant, or maybe it's as simple as changing your clothes. You might not want to be wearing your Boost uniform out to the club. We prepare and we get ready for doing lots of things in life. This example of going out, we're getting prepared for everything that we may need. Getting ready for our day in our store is equally as important. So let's take a look at what that could look like. Here we've put together a few examples of what we think you should make sure you're looking for before you begin your day. If there's anything else that your manager would like for you to do, make sure you add that to your list. Review the offers. Maybe something new has come out, a new service plan had started or ended. Usually there's new collateral that goes along with that, and make sure your pricing is up to date. How's your inventory? Have any new phones arrived? Have you sold out of any of the hot phones? Make sure you know what you have in stock before offering it to a customer. And last but not least, make sure your store is clean and presentable. The counters are clear of clutter. You don't have dust everywhere. You want to make sure it's a nice looking store. Doing all of these things will get you ready to deal with your customers by arming you with the latest and greatest information. It prepares you mentally for the day, and it will also keep you credible with your customers by knowing the most up-to-date information. You work here. You are the expert. I'm sure you've heard this a million times before. It's a very famous quote, but you never get a second chance to make a first impression. When we walk into a place for the first time, we form an immediate opinion. It could be good or it could be bad. We create our own Google-like review in our head. Let's just make sure that our customer's first impression of our store is a great one. What can we do to ensure that? Going back to our store appearance. When customers walk into our store, their first impression is what they see. How is your store set up? Is it neat and tidy? Is it dust-free? Are the price tags out? Is everything correct? How do the employees look? Are they neat and tidy and clean? Or are they all disheveled with spots all over their shirts? How are they acting? Did they greet me in a kind, friendly manner, or are they goofing off in the corner? These are all things that are very important. Let's take a step back out of the booth store for a moment and put yourself with the customer hat on. You're going out to a very expensive, fancy restaurant. I'm sure you have a few expectations if you're going to be spending all that money, right? Were you greeted in a timely manner? Were you given good service? Did they make recommendations for you? Are they knowledgeable on their specials? Do they know what's on their menu? Did they give you answers to your questions? And did they bring you what you wanted? Does this sound familiar? When customers walk into a store, their first impression is what they see, not just how the store is set up, but also how the employees working there look and act. So now we're going to walk back into the booth store. Here we are back in the booth store, and take a look. I have the same customer expectations. So just like when you are a customer in a nice restaurant and you have your list of expectations, your customers have very similar ones walking into your store. I'm just going to hint on the welcome here. We will go into that in further detail in the G portion of greet. What can you do to have a great welcome? When you first engage your customer, it's really important to make them feel that they are welcome in your store and that they can trust you to provide a solution to their wireless problem, their need, or whatever it is they came in for. The first step to a positive sales experience is making that great first impression. So make sure to remember to greet them within 10 seconds of them walking into the store, that you have a great store appearance. And if possible, utilize the customer name if you know it. Think of this. To give real service, you must add something which cannot be bought or measured with money, and that is sincerity and integrity. Dr. Morabian conducted a study, and through his research, he concluded that the 7-38-55 rule indicated that only 7% of all communication is done through verbal communication, whereas the nonverbal component of our daily communication, such as tonality of our voice and body language, make up 38% and 55% respectively. Always be aware of how you come off to your customers. Are you approachable? Here are some things to keep in mind. Are your arms crossed? It's a real negative look. If your arms are crossed, it makes you closed off. How are your facial expressions? Remember, those really speak louder than your words. Gestures are an equally important part of sending a clear message. And what's your posture like? Are you leaning on the desk, on the wall? Is your head down, looking at your phone? Always be aware of how you appear to your customer. And just remember, friendliness is key. Let's dig into what a little exercise here on body language. So remember, 55% of communication is through our body language. So an example could be putting on the television, put it on mute, and more than likely, you're still going to be able to tell what's going on or how the people on TV are feeling by their facial expressions and their body language. So remember all that, how big body language really is. Voice tone, 38% of communication, is how you say things. So consider your pitch, your tone, your rate, your volume, and your rhythm. Here's a little example. I'm going to say the same thing 3 different times. Take a listen. A happy person may say something like, "Hi, how can I help you today?" An agitated person may sound more like, "Hi, how can I help you today?" An upset person could sound like, "Hi, how can I help you today?" It's not what you say, but it's how you say it. Remember, a lot of times they tell telemarketers, make sure you smile from the phone. You can hear a smile. It's a friendly expression, and it's not what you're saying. Again, it's how you say it. Spoken word is only 7%. It's a very small amount, so choose your words wisely and be accurate. Lastly, eye contact plays a huge role in communication. Look directly at your customer's eye until your thought is complete or until you have seen affirmation from the customer. Hold your gaze until there's a natural break in the speech pattern. Avoid eye darting or prolonged gazes at the customer. If you're selling to more than one customer, shift your gaze to each customer as you complete your thought. Just remember, one focus, one thought. Thanks for tuning in. Now that I have you prepared for your day and for your next sale, it's time for you to begin interacting with your customer and the start of the next part of the sales process by engaging them. In our next track, we will cover the first step in the GURUS sales process, which is great. Thank you for joining me on today's training. I hope you learned something new. We are thrilled to continue supporting your growth with this training program, and we look forward to helping you unlock your full potential with VIP Key. Please share this channel with your coworkers as we have something for everyone. Subscribe to our channel to get all the updates as we upload new content.